Show as part of the Corona Open Mexico presented by Quicksilver. After 4 straight days of incredible, impactful surfing, we have 2 champions and a whole new picture for the upcoming Rip Curl WSL Finals. Chris Cote here with Carissa and Mitchell Salazar, and we're going to have some fun because we've just witnessed history in the making. We've seen veterans, we've seen rookies, and of course, perfect waves here in Mexico. Couldn't have asked for a better 4-day swell window.
You could not have. It was incredible. Ever since we saw that swell window from day one, I was going, oh, goodness me, this is going to be very exciting because it seemed like it was going to get better, and it did, Mitch.
Yeah, it definitely did, Kale. And one thing I was expecting on finals day were different champions, Chris. We saw that with Jack Robinson in the men's final. We saw it with Stephanie Gilmore getting her first win in 2021 in the women's final as well.
Yeah, I think when the world saw the shuffle with some wild cards and replacements and low seeds starting to do well in this event, everybody kind of had this feeling that we were going to see something unexpected. And we all expected Stephanie Gilmore to win at a beautiful right-hand point break like this. But to see the performances of young Jack Robinson, David Silva, Mateus Hardy, the wild card coming through, I think on the men's half of the draw, to see all those veterans go down early, to see our top seeds taken out by wild cards and rookies was really something exciting. And of course, getting that news that this will be the last stop in the regular season, I think it was a pretty cool fitting end and really set us up for 2022.
Yeah, I almost feel like the only disappointment would be that Malia Manuel didn't come out with a W. But then again, you have to crown a winner. So Malia Manuel should be really stoked on how she served here at Barra.
Absolutely, and of course the numbers are being crunched behind us as we speak. Mitchell, looking forward to the Rip Curl WSL Finals. We've locked in our top 5s, which we will get into, of course, but we do have some time between now and then for our surfers to prepare physically and mentally, and also for surf fans to try to decipher and figure out who's going to win. So let's talk about the reaction after this event. You know, how do you feel for the next month, basically, that we have between now and the finals?
Yeah, a lot of preparation going into the event, Chris. Biggest opportunity for a lot of people, especially, I think, too, on the men's side. Morgan Siblick and Connor Coffin are kind of like the surprises for me being in there. I think the top 3, Felipe, Gabe, and Italo, they're the people to beat on the men's side. On the women's side, really surprised that Sally Fitzgibbons once again was able to fit in the top 5. But Joanne DeFay, another person who I feel has a great chance of winning. I feel like preparation is really going to be based off of equipment. Necessary equipment, great one, is going to be important for the victory right there, Kale.
Yeah, and I feel like one of the coolest things about the last event, the finals at Lower Trestles, is that we will only need 1 day. We have a 10-day window, and usually we need, 4 days, kind of work it way, pick the best days out of it. 1 day from 10 at Trestles when it's pumping. It'll be easy to get.
Well, it's about to be a super session here in Mexico as the beach is handed back to the locals, rightfully so. Again, we thank the Mexican locals from here in Barra for lending us their spot for the week. But now let's get down to business. Here is your updated Men's Championship Tour rankings. 1, 2, 3, taken down by the top 3 Brazilians, Medina, Ferreira, Toledo. No surprise there, but a big mover. Connor Coffin jumps up into 4th place. Morgan Siblick hanging on to that 5th place spot. And there's your final 5 cutoff. Look at the names below that. Superstars of our sport. Colapinto, Jordy Smith, Igarashi Yagadora, and Federico Moraes making a big push, Mitch.
Yeah, great to see the diversity right there in the back 5, Chris. Colapinto, South Africa with Jordy Smith. How about the Japanese surfer having another great year? Kano Igarashi coming off with a silver medal at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. And look at this. Federico Moraes gets a 10th place finish, his best result so far in his young CT career.
Yeah, I'm really stoked about that. I feel like because Jeremy Flores is retiring, taking a little breather, the fact that Kikas from Portugal is in that top 10 conversation, that is incredible. I love it.
It's on, as they say in the WSL. Well, a band called Europe has a famous song called The Final Countdown. That final countdown starts right now. Take a look at the hype reel getting us prepared for the Rip Curl WSL Finals.
We're driving to those WSL Finals, and I'm excited.
Gabriel Medina has qualified for the Rip Curl WSL Finals as part of the WSL Final 5.
And this result is in the bag for the Brazilian.
Felipe Toledo clinches the number 3 seed in the WSL Final 5. We will see you at lowers. The defending world champ, the first ever Olympic gold medalist, Italo Ferreira, will be at lower trestles competing in the Rip Curl WSL Finals.
You look how vertical it is, 12 o'clock.
California's Connor Coffin, he'll be going home. We will see you in September.
This is where Morgan needs to strike.
From underdog to title threat, the rookie Morgan Siblick has officially qualified for the Rip Curl WSL Finals.
All roads lead to lower trestles. The WSL, the Rip Curl WSL Finals coming in hot right around the corner. If that didn't get you excited as a surf fan, you need to adjust something, because you know that those 5 surfers are going to be prepared and they're going to be ready to do battle. The format, the bracket, the first time it's ever been done in WSL history, a title will be won in the water for the men's championship tour. And we know now that we see those names, we can start doing our scouting report. I think, of course, there's the few favorites up there with Medina and Italo being so dominant throughout the years. But watch out for Morgan Siblick and Connor Coffin. Everybody's got a shot at winning the world title.
And I think it's going to be really interesting to see. Usually we, at lower trestles, focus on the right, but we do have 2 goofy footers in the mix. So they might actually be looking at that left if they need a score. They could go really high, air 360s, that left a little bit more bowly, giving a major opportunity to do big airs.
That's a wave that Christian Fletcher pioneered, the way that we all surf. He did it in an event called the Body Glove Surf Bout, one of the biggest prize purses at the time, and people were complaining. How are you winning? You're not supposed to win contests doing airs. Obviously, that's all changed. Look for Medina and Italo to literally fly.
Well, and on the other side, too, the only 2 people out of the 5 men that qualified, Morgan and Connor, they were the only 2 that didn't actually win an event. They both made a final, and both of them were on their backhand, actually. So look at them to pursue the left as well. I think they have a great chance of maybe getting the championship based off of their surfing on the left. But they're surfing on the right, as exampled here in Mexico, was also on point.
Who will be the bracket buster? Let's take a look at how this is going to line up as we head into the Rip Curl WSL Finals. You can start to take notes. You can start to make some predictions. We're going to show you what these matchups are going to look like. So you see match number 1. This will be your 5th and 4th place competitors. Connor Coffin, Morgan Siblick, whoever wins that will face up with Felipe Toledo. If you keep winning, you're going to go up against Italo Ferreira. And at the end, the final boss. This is like an ultimate video game style. You got to beat the final boss to get the title. And that's going to be Gabriel Medina, who's going to be sitting on the beach at lower trestles, watching every heat, mentally preparing. Do not give Gabriel Medina that much time. You know what he's going to do. This is going to be an epic, never-before-seen spectacle in surfing. And that lineup right there gets me excited because, again, we've got something for every type of surfer. And as we have just talked about the men, let's talk about the women. The road to the WSL Finals, of course, is no easy path, but our surfers who have clicked into those top 5 spots are ready as well. Let's take a look at your 5 finalists for the upcoming Rip Curl WSL Finals.
This is the Maui Pro, the kickoff to the 2021 Championship Tour and all the road to the WSL Finals.
Carissa Moore.
Super late airdrop just gets spitted out.
Carissa Moore, she surprised herself.
Riss clinches a spot in the Rip Curl WSL Finals. And she does it. Joanne DeFay has qualified for the Rip Curl WSL Finals. Sally Fitzgibbons, your Rip Curl Rottnest Search champion, and now you're number 2 in the world. You're going to trestles.
Tatiana Weston Webb throws plenty of spray as she hangs on to that one.
Tatiana Weston Webb, you're going to lowers. A 7-time world champ has a chance to go for 8 this September.
History in the making, your WSL Final Five for the women. Again, an eclectic field, some expected names there, maybe some unexpected names coming up through the ranks, but the excitement levels absolutely building for the Rip Curl WSL Finals. That'll be coming up September 9th through the 17th. Remember, we only need one day, so we're literally going to be able to get to the beach every single day and pick the best day of that window. It's prime time for lower trestles. So let's take a look at the women's bracket to see how our competition field has shaken up after the Corona Open Mexico. We start with our 5th place seed here in the Final Five. That's going to be Stephanie Gilmore versus Joanne Defay. Whoever wins that, they'll go up against Sally Fitzgibbons. The winner of match 2 will meet up with Tatiana Weston-Webb, your 2nd seed. The title match will all come down to your current Jeep ratings leader, Carissa Moore. And after that long road, you got to get through Carissa. But if you do, you will be the 2021 WSL World Champion. So I love that we're seeing star power on both sides of the draw. We're seeing rookies. We're seeing veterans. I don't know if you could have picked a better Final Five on each side, because really there is something for every surf fan out there.
The way you see that pyramid, it really makes you excited to make heats, but at the same time, you just keep looking at those names coming at you. You're like, God, no, please, really? Do I have to surf? If I make all this heat, do I have to beat Carissa in the end? Yeah, you do. You want to be world champ. You have to go through her.
Yeah, it's like playing Super Mario World, and all of a sudden Bowser appears, and it's like, okay, final boss. Am I going to get through her or not? But yeah, I think Carissa is still the person to beat at that event, being the #1 seed, Chris.
Well, there will be more talk about the upcoming Rip Curl WSL Finals, but for now, it's time to celebrate. We're going to throw it over to Joe Turpel for the award ceremony.
Gracias, Chris. ¿Qué onda, Barra de la Cruz? Gracias por todo. You guys are amazing. Thank you for everything. All the locals here, Barra de la Cruz, in Huatulco, in the state of Oaxaca. You guys are incredible. I think it's easily becoming our favorite stop on tour, and it's so special to be here for the World Surf League Championship Tour. The Corona Open Mexico, presented by Quicksilver, the final event of the season as we lead into the Rip Curl WSL Finals. This event is so special because we were here once, but it was about 15 years ago. A man named Andy Irons took out the entire contest. He took over this place with great barrels, a double grab air to beat Taylor Knox, and we've been wondering if we would ever come back, and that moment came true this year in 2021. Really cool to see all the surfers representing Mexico in the main event. So great to see all the talent from the men's and women's side. Shelby Detmers, Regina Pioli, you guys are standouts. We'll see you in the future as well. That was really great to see. Cadena, Johnny Corzo, you guys are amazing and great hosts for us all. Muchas gracias. We'd love to thank our event title partner, Corona, our presenting partner, Quicksilver, our global partners, Jeep, Red Bull, Oakley, Hydro Flask. Thanks to our event partners, Expedia and DraftKings. Big thanks, gracias to our local community once again, the state of Oaxaca, Barra de la Cruz local surf community for hosting us and sharing this unbelievable wave with us for the last few days. I'd like to introduce some special humans up here on the stage with me. Big hand to Jesse Miley-Dyer, WSL SVP of Tours Heading Competition. I don't know where we'd be without you. Muchas gracias, Jesse. And also Casiano de Stefano, President of Corona Grupo Modelo here in Mexico. We're so happy to be here. I really, really want to come back with the entire tour. Thanks for hosting us so incredibly well. So many great highlights through the rounds, from wild card opportunities for more than just Mexicans, but people globally, like Indonesians, Rio Waida, who created one of the biggest upsets of the draw. That was really impressive to watch. So many great performances in the barrel and on the open face. For the men's side, we had a very unique final. Two surfers that had never been in a final in their career. Both surfers that got here with the intention to re-qualify to save their spot on the tour in 2022. I'd like to introduce your runner-up at the Corona Open Mexico, presented by Quicksilver, Brazil's David Silva. Second year on tour for David Silva. came into this event with his back against the wall, looking for a spot to qualify, and did that and some, as he'll grab his trophy. Taking down huge names along the way. David, from that emotional heat with Adriano de Souza, the buzzer beater, coming in on finals day with Jack Robinson. You've got a lot to take in a short period of time. How are you feeling?
Yeah, my feelings are very, very happy to the second place for my first final in the tour. And yeah, congrats, Jake, and the Surf Amazing too. But I win for Adriano and Gabriel is crazy. But yeah, I'm very happy to second place. Gracias a todos por todo o suporte acá en Barra de la Cruz. Muchas gracias.
Really great to see. Silva, you're back on tour. When you got that message yesterday, did you feel relaxed coming into finals day?
Yeah, now it's more relaxed because I stay in the tour the next year. But yeah, I'm very happy and I train more and let's go to the next year.
Parabéns. Enjoy the moment. David Silva, runner-up in the event. And the first goofy foot to make the final here at Barra de la Cruz, and that leaves our champion, a rookie from WA, finishing with his best result at the end, his very first championship tour win. Your champion of the Corona Open, presented by Quicksilver, Jack Robinson. Starting with so much momentum as one of the most exciting surfers in the world, had so much calmness around him, knowing that he wanted to keep his spot on tour next year. I got you. Oh, sorry, David. No dings, we're good. Whew. A lot to catch up on, my friend. This sombrero belongs to you.
Mine.
Jack, it was unbelievable to see your composure, and I love seeing you show up with a coach like Leandro Dora. You seem so calm, so focused. You said you got into a zone. Are you starting to let go a little bit now?
I felt like I'm still in the zone almost, you know, but just taking it all in. What a crazy year, up and down. Yeah, I can't believe it. It's just the way it ends, you know, the way it comes around, and the way you rise. Like, it's just wild, man. Like, just super grateful, super stoked with this event. WSL, everyone involved, sponsors, everyone, all keep us safe. Like, come down here and, yeah, muchas gracias, Mexico. And Viva Mexico, huh? Yes.
Jack, obviously the tour dealt you some challenges after the Jeep Surf Ranch Pro. I heard you were feeling a bit down. Was there a point when you actually were losing confidence before the final event of the season?
Maybe halfway through a little bit. You go through it, but it's not towards the end. No, not before this. I just knew I had to keep working, stay strong, and just be smart. You know, you try to find your place and just be who you are. And you know, everyone's good on this tour, so if you can, you know, rise and be better than the guys next to you and get through heats and then let everything flow. I was just trying to find that zone, and I found it. It was good.
That was massive. Going from that feeling to where you're standing now on the podium, what does it mean to you that the surfer that won before, you get comparisons to basically your whole life in Andy Irons?
Yeah, Andy was an icon. He was, you know, one of my biggest idols. Him and Bruce. You know, I wish I got to surf with Andy more, but I had a lot of sessions with Bruce, and yeah, it's just incredible. You know, it's just, I can't even know words for that. Like, yeah, he's an icon, and so happy to take it after him.
Congrats on such a significant win, your first of your young career, taking out this event in Mexico. Enjoy the moment and the fiesta.
Thank you. Let's go.
Jack Robinson, your champion. Last rookie that we saw win in their first year was Cardoso in 2018, and Jack makes it happen here at the end of the season. The women's final was amazing. As we know, this is the first time the top 17 got to compete here at Barra de la Cruz. It was such a significant moment, seeing the best in the world surf at such a world-class wave, from Carissa Moore's 9.5s that were unbelievable to watch, to the airs of Sally Fitzgibbons. That was absolutely incredible. I felt like the two best informed surfers from start to finish ended up squaring off in one of the best finals I've seen. I'd like to introduce your runner-up in the final of the Corona Open Mexico, presented by Quicksilver, Molia Manuel. Molia, this is amazing to join you on the podium, and I know you surf with all heart and passion. You love where you come from. And you've given us so many amazing highlights, so many great finals, and this one's really sticking out to me because you're surfing for more than yourself. I am so blown away by your performance. It's got to feel amazing to be standing where you are now.
Thank you. Yes, I'm so honored to be here, and I'm so thankful. The WSL family, everyone, you know, had long days to make this run smoothly, and we got incredible waves, and happy to be standing next to some incredible surfers and surfing another final with Steph. I think she brings the best surfing out of me, and I had a lot of fun.
Surfing a world-class wave against the best in the world and qualifying in 2012, that's the dream, isn't it?
It is, and it's been such a fun journey, and still here. This is my 6th second.
And we're still counting down the days to the win. Molia, we are so proud of you. Thanks for surfing with your heart and your passion all event long.
Thank you, guys.
One more time for Molia Manuel, runner-up and scoring the best waves all year long, peaking at the final event of the season. Now you're champion, someone that you're very familiar with, someone that we're calling the GOAT in professional surfing. I don't know if I want to see a right-hand point break without this human riding it at some point in her life. You're champion of the Corona Open, presented by Quicksilver, 7-time World Champ Stephanie Gilmore. When Coronas attack. Felicidades, well done, Steph. I don't know. There you go. I don't know if I've ever seen you so psyched before. I mean, we have quite a bit. 32nd win of your career, by the way. That's still your own record that you continue to break. But there's something about this wave. Was it about the end of the year? Tell me why this win means so much to you.
Yeah, I think knowing that, you know, when Tahiti was canceled, this was the end event, and sort of shifting that focus into, you know, all the pressure was on, and can we keep in the top 5, and can we stay, you know, ahead of the world's best women out in the lineup, and try and get a good result to end the year. And yeah, I mean, all of the locals here, thank you so much for letting us have your waves. Really. So special. This place is incredible. Thank you so much for letting us ride the waves. And, you know, this is just like my home break at Snapper. Maybe a few less people out, but but yeah, I really love it here. So thanks for having us, and really proud to win here. It's amazing.
Well, Steph, I know you've traveled your whole life. You'd come down to this wave quite a few times in the past.
A couple of times, yeah. Mainly down to Salina Cruz and stuff, but I mean, Mexico is an abundance of incredible surf, so it's, yeah, an amazing place, and I just love it here. It's hot and beautiful and just a lot of fun, so yeah. Arriba! Muchas gracias, Barra de la Cruz.
Steph, now moving up his position in the Rip Curl WSL Finals. You're definitely a momentum surfer. How does it feel to get the last win of the regular season before heading to lowers in September?
Yeah, I think, you know, there was a lot on the line for everyone in this last event, and when I saw a few of the girls behind me that had dropped out, I was like, okay, just keep the pressure on. And you know, Malia, she obviously made it into the final and trying to re-qualify and stuff. There was so much on the line, so a lot of emotions for everybody. But yeah, it was really cool to share the final with you, Malia, and you've been like my pick the whole event, just ripping so hard and choosing the best waves and really in the form. So yeah, an amazing time, and I'm happy to go to the finals. Hopefully I've jumped up a couple of spots, maybe, or one spot at least. But yeah, the finals will be great. Hopefully I can go and do my best there.
Steph, enjoy the moment. You'll be going into that number 4th in that first matchup. We can't wait to see you there.
Thank you to the World Surf League for making this happen. That's really tough in these conditions, obviously, and to Corona, thanks for the support, and Quicksilver, of course, for putting the event on. Yeah, I really love it here, so hopefully we can keep this event on tour with the crowd next time.
There we go. Muchas gracias and felicidades to all of our champions up here on stage. Steph and Jack taking it all out. We'll continue the fun on the Corona Post Show with Chris Cote.
Thanks, Joe. Our surfers enjoying that Corona shower. An emotional victory for Stephanie Gilmore, one of the greatest of all time. And of course, congratulations to the first rookie to win an event in many years, Jack Robinson. And that was something that we saw coming a long time ago. Jack Robbo has been putting on incredible performances, has won QS events in the past, but welcome to the big leagues. His name is now on that list of surfers to watch to potentially take a title in 2022. Well, let's take a look at the road that Stephanie Gilmore took to get that big win. Let's go all the way back to the quarterfinals and take a look at the women's bracket for the Corona Open Mexico presented by Quicksilver. This was a challenging run for all of our surfers, as of course you see the talent level we have. Calais, you're looking at Stephanie Gilmore, who had to go through Tatiana Weston-Webb and then Carissa Moore all the way to the finals against a hard-charging Malia Manuel, who looked pretty unbeatable throughout this contest.
Yeah, and I think one of the main things for Steph is that semifinal heat was crucial, going up against arguably the most informed surfer here at Barra, Carissa Moore. I feel like that confidence really helped her kind of get the experience from 1 and 2 days of competition to take this final out.
Yeah, and I think we could add another nickname to Stephanie, who is Happy Gilmore. We could call her Steady Stephanie.
The Queen of Barra?
The Queen of Barra. Steady Stephanie did it from beginning to end, did not make a lot of mistakes, Mitch. I know you watched a lot of her heats very closely. What was the difference between Stephanie and the rest of the field?
Yeah, I feel like it was just the pace that she had with this wave the whole time. Beautiful reads, Chris, and you know, her equipment looked on point. I feel like she didn't personally peak up until the final either. Surfed extremely well, but competed even better. And as we said before coming into this event, she was the person to beat out of the women. And for that reason alone, she's the victor here at Barra.
And I think a lot of people had Stephanie Gilmore as their power surfer for this event. So fantasy teams are hyped to see Stephanie Gilmore take that victory. Now let's take a look at the men's bracket. How did Jack Robinson get to the top of the world? Well, he did not have an easy path either. He had to go up against Federico Moraes, who we know is lethal in right-hand point breaks. Mateus Hurdy, the biggest story from yesterday. All eyes were on that young Brazilian to go big, but Jack Robinson, well, he was focused. He was ready for the challenge. He took it out at the end, going up against David Silva, who was known for taking out Gabriel Medina on his way to the finals.
One of the coolest things about Jack throughout the entirety of this event is that he didn't really kind of foresee things. He was adjusting. Sometimes it was barreling out the back, sometimes it was high tide, and he was doing big aerial maneuvers. So the way he surfed differently in every heat was really something Irons-esque.
And how long have you been expecting to see Jack Robinson win a championship tour event, Mitchell?
You know, I thought it was going to be in his rookie year, said and done right here. Final event of the regular season gets it done. And beautiful thing about this finals day, Chris, was that we're going to have a new champion in the men's bracket.
One of the cool things is that Andy Irons took this event out in 2006. It's only fitting that the younger brother to Andy Irons, Bruce Irons' rebirth, Jack Robinson, takes this event out. He surfs so much like Bruce. It is crazy.
Great call. I mean, you would consider Jack Robinson underachieving for how good he really is. Without a win, well, guess what? He's got a win, and he is on top of the world right now. And for those of you watching, if you want to get ready to get hyped, we've got your top 5. That'll be coming up after this quick break. We'll be right back with more from the official Corona Post Show. Show, part of the Corona Open Mexico presented by Quicksilver. And this part of the show reminds me of a song by a band called Poison. Every rose has its thorns. We're about to give you some great news And some not so great news for some surfers on the championship tour. Chris Cote here with Callie Carranza and Mitchell Salazar. Let's talk about requalification, who's made the cut, and who's fallen off of the championship tour. The dream run is over, at least for now, for some of our favorite surfers. So we're going to show you a list of names that you can start cheering for either way, above or below that cut line. We're going to start with the women's championship tour rankings. Of course, we know who's on top for now. That would be the lady in the Jeep leader jersey, Carissa Moore. So here is your current top 10. Remember, for the women's tour, we make that cut at number 9. So number 9 is Courtney Conlog. And in a heartbreaking, bittersweet second place finish here, Malia Manuel just under the cut line. But as we know, expect the unexpected. We don't know exactly how this is going to shake out before the tour starts in 2022. But for now, this is what we have. So that's the rose side of the equation. Let's talk about the thorny side. Here are your surfers under the cut for 2022. There are some big, big names on this list, Kelly.
So unfortunate that Malia Manuel just couldn't get the win at this event. Just being under that cutoff line, Mitch, it's really it has to do your head in.
Yeah, and a couple surprises from my perspective. I thought Carissa Hennessy was probably going to have one of the better years of her career. Ended up being an Olympian, and unfortunately for her, couldn't make the requalification cut. How about Keely Andrew having another opportunity here at Arayan and Point Break? Couldn't get it done either.
Yeah, that's the list you don't want to be on. The good news is the Challenger Series kicks off in September. So we're very excited to see what these surfers can do to potentially claw their way back onto the championship tour. From the women, let's go to the men. Let's start with some great news for our re-qualifiers on the men's championship tour for 2022. Here are some of the biggest names in surfing. Down to the bottom, well, you see Jeremy Flores. His name's grayed out. He's hanging up the jersey. He's going on to different things along with Adriana de Souza. Here are the names that we will see. Jadson Andre. And yes, the GOAT is coming back. Kelly Slater. Not announcing retirement, only announcing that he's going to come back bigger and better than ever. You make your way up the list. David Silva saved himself in this event. Jack Robinson jumps up to 12. And even with an injury, missing the last potential 2 events, John Florence up and in that cut line. And here's the list that I hate to see. I hate to show it to the world, but these are the facts. Under the cut for 2021, Australia taking a big hit.
It is, and one of my personal disappointments is Michel Perez, who surfed so well here at Barra. You could see the power that he had. He was so excited to come back to a wave that, in his words, was powerful again. And, well, we see him there having to go home and, well, re-qualify for next year, hopefully.
Yeah, and difficult moments there for somebody like the bronze medalist, Owen Wright, who had a great performance at Tokyo 2020, was probably thinking that he had another chance after this, and with the cancellation of Tahiti being yesterday, it's done. And now you got to go home and think, okay, if I really want to requalify, I need to do well in all 4 Challenger events later on this year.
And both Owen and Michelle are excellent tube riders. Chopa would have been perfect for them as the last event for the year.
No, 100%. And even somebody like Matthew McGillivray, would have been really nice to see him compete there for the first time in his young career. He's not going to get that chance anymore.
Well, that's the unfortunate news for the surfers under the cut line. The good news is they will have a chance to surf their way back onto the championship tour just around the corner. Are you guys ready to get hyped?
I am.
We may have the chance to surf after this, so I'm going to get you guys excited. I'm going to get all of you out there very excited by dropping the top 5 for finals day here at the Corona Open Mexico, presented by Quicksilver. This is going to be epic. Your top 5 moments. Starting with number 5. This was such a special moment for surf fans all over the world, not just Brazil. Everybody loves this guy. Adriana de Souza on his retirement wave made the big announcement at the beginning of the year. And this right here, not a dry eye in the house, a ceremonial last wave from Adriana de Souza.
Social media going bananas. Everyone writing, obrigado por tudo, capitão. Thank you for everything, Captain Mineirinho. An incredible surfer, an incredible human being, and it is an honor to bid him farewell here in Mexico.
Well, Callie and I got a selfie with Adriana. Did you get one yet, Mitchell?
Not yet.
You better hurry up, man.
Loser.
He's going on vacation. Cool moment there. Yeah, let's go to one of the biggest performers of this entire event, coming in as a wild card. We knew this kid had firepower, but wow, did he go above, literally above and beyond expectations. Mateus Herdy.
But did we know he had that kind of firepower during a big event? He had gotten the wild card before. Once he was injured, another time he got injured before the event, and now showing the world that he has that surfing.
And we go to number 3 on the list. A huge buzzer-beating performance, probably the biggest heat of at least the week from Malia Manuel, taking out Sally Fitzgibbons with a buzzer beater.
Yeah, and I saw this wave from the athletes area. Everybody cheered Malia on and just barely got the score right at the end. Sally was surfing an incredible heat, and Malia kept her dream alive, moving on to the final. But I just loved her perseverance, her effort all event long, and the spirit of AI was with her. She even got that claim, the little AI, right here at the end. But some beautiful surfing all event long. We're probably going to see her in a few events next season too.
And Andy would be proud of Malia Manuel, as well as this guy right here, Jack Robinson, touted back in the day as one of the best 12-year-old surfers on the planet. Huge expectations on his shoulders, big contracts, magazine covers, everything in between. Well, guess what? He's answered the question. He's proved everybody right that said he was one of the greats. Jack Robinson at number 2 on your top 5, getting the win.
And he did all types of surfing. He got extremely barreled off the point. He did some of the craziest airs we saw and finished strong on that inside section. Stoked. So stoked, not only for him, but for surfing as a whole.
And no surprise who is number 1 yet again. Stephanie Gilmore gets the win here and gets the top spot on our top 5. What can you say? The most stylish surfer on the planet, one of the most winningest surfers to ever do it. She holds a tied record with 7 world titles along with Lane Beachley. And of course, she does it all in style, Mitchell.
Yeah, and Chris, one thing that we really got to take an impact off of the result of Stephanie Gilmore, the importance and the significance of going into the Rip Curl WSL Finals in September, finishing off the regular season with a win and her first out of the 2021 regular season.
We call Kelly Slater the greatest of all time. You say it in Spanish, el papá de todos los pollitos. Would it only be fitting to say Stephanie es la mamá de todas las pollitas?
La mamá de todas las gallinas, the mom of all the chickens, right? Yeah.
I like that. Okay, I'll go with that for sure. Well, as we all know, the business is over here. Now it's fun, and the fun begins here. We get to talk about the upcoming Rip Curl WSL Finals. After this quick break, we'll be right back.
I didn't know what to expect today, but I was like, oh, we've had a good run of days. If it's a little bit less, no, it's still really good.
Buenos dias and happy finals day. We're going to see a lot from Herdy in the future and even right now as he's just going for the biggest airs of his life. What a run for Jack Robinson. The chance to win a major CT as a rookie. As we go into the pit with Jack Robinson. Robinson's in his favorite room, the green room.
The surfer from Kauai, Malia Manuel, has done the impossible. She is your first finalist of this event.
Really had to earn that one.
A World Champs matchup.
I like it, a little bit more anger, a little bit more spiciness to Stephanie Gilmore.
The 7-time world champion gets the edge over Carissa Moore.
David Silva, Jack Robinson going head-to-head for a shot to win their first ever championship tour contest. Jack Robinson, you are allowed to put those arms to the sky and celebrate. Oh, you're seeing one of the all-time greats on a point break, firing at Barra de la Cruz, 7-time world champ.
Steph, congratulations. You just won the Corona Open Mexico. How are you feeling right now?
Unbelievable.
This copyrighted event broadcast is produced by the World Surf League for broadcast around the world and may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the written consent of the World Surf League.
Well, an unexpected yet epic way to wrap up the 2021 regular season of the WSL Championship Tour. Remember, the Rip Curl WSL Finals right around the corner. So a lot to talk about from here to there. But until then, on behalf of myself, Calais, and Mitchell, we want to leave you with an epic wrap-up of 2021, one of the most memorable seasons in the history of the WSL. There you go.
It's finally happening. Everyone's stoked to be back in the surfing community and doing what we love.
Everyone's warmed up, tuned up, and the performances are going to be on.
To start here, it's almost like having your dessert before dinner. You know, you start at one of the best waves on the planet, and I think that's really going to be setting the wheels in motion for what's going to be probably the best tour we've seen in decades.
Us finishing this event at Pipe is a pretty pivotal moment for women's surfing.
It's the fact that we're out there. That's what really matters.
He wants backdoor, pulls in, the spit comes out, and so does John.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that turn.
Welcome to Newcastle, Australia. Looking for the full road again. His signature move on the backhand.
And here goes Carissa Moore. Takes to the sky. Wow. It's one of the best single maneuvers we've seen in women's competition.
It feels so good to be standing #1 at the end of this contest.
It's time for the Rip Curl Narrabeen Classic.
What?
Taking any chances? He's going to have one of the best starts we've seen on tour.
Caroline Marks finishes on top, her 3rd championship tour victory. Welcome to the Boost Mobile Margaret River Pro.
The perfect number, ladies and gentlemen, a 10-point ride. He hasn't had that winning feeling in a little while. Plenty of spray as she hangs on to that one.
Welcome to Rottnest Island. Fitzgibbons, now you're #2 in the world.
Gabriel Medina, what an amazing performance through this Australian leg of the tour.
Welcome back to the Jeep Surf Ranch Pro.
It is the Toledo Show. It's coming down to one wave. Then he goes down, and that is it. Felipe Toledo is the Jeep Surf Ranch Pro champion. Joanne DeFay knows she's got to bring it. She's ready to leave here with a win. Snaps it quickly, and she does it. Joanne DeFay, the Jeep Surf Ranch Pro champion, picking up her first win of the season.
I hope I can just stay in the top 5 and make things shake a little bit.
Welcome, everybody, to this beautiful part of the world, Oaxaca, Mexico, here at Barra de la Cruz.
We've actually made the decision to cancel our Tahiti Championship Tour event due to COVID-19. This is going to be our final event for the 2021 regular season for the Championship Tour. We're still going to have the finals.
It's nice to be here for sure. The water's too warm. Nothing beats Mexico with tacos and, warm weather.
Let's hear it for Jeremy Flores. That may be the last heat we see of Jeremy Flores. Adriana de Souza, a legend, an icon of our sport, retiring after a stellar crew.
And the rookie from WA has just won his first championship tour event. Jack Robinson, the champ for the Corona Open Mexico. Stephanie Gilmore getting her 32nd win of her career as she takes out the Corona Open Mexico, presented by Quicksilver.